Hello everybody, this is Mr. Cloud. And this is the video version of the core content for 6C, How a Bill Becomes a Law. So previously we learned all about how the checks and balances system work and the separation of powers. Now we're going to see how the legislative and the executive departments, branches, work together to create laws. So first of all, laws are made by Congress and then approved and executed, which means carried out, by the president. Congress has two sets of powers in making laws. So there's a thing called expressed and implied. You need to know the difference. Express powers are those specifically listed in the Constitution of the United States. It says Congress has the ability to do this. And implied powers are those that are used to carry out the express powers. So let me give you the bathroom analogy here. Let's say in class you raise your hand and ask to go to the bathroom, and I say yes. And you start walking towards the bathroom, and I stop you. I'm like, wait. I didn't say you can get out of your seat. And you're like, but you said I could use the bathroom. Well, no, I just said you can use the bathroom. I didn't say all the other steps. All those other things are implied powers. The ability to get out of your seat, the ability to walk across the floor, the ability to open the door, all that, I mean, it's sort of implied. It's not directly stated that you have the power to do that. So Congress has a bunch of implied powers like that as well. So now you need to know the process step by step, and we'll practice this a lot, and we're going to watch videos. We're going to do this. We might even do a simulation of this at one point. The lawmaking process in Congress. First of all, a bill is introduced by a senator or representative. Before it's called a law, it's called a bill when they're still working on it. It could be introduced in the Senate or in the House, doesn't matter, but somewhere, somebody who's actually a congressperson has to introduce a bill. A normal, just Joe on the street cannot introduce a bill in Congress. It has to be an elected member of Congress. So the bill, after it's introduced, is reviewed by a committee of Congress that deals with that type of issue. Congress has many committees that deal with important issues. There's a lot of committees called standing committees that are just always there. It also can form new committees, sometimes called ad hoc committees, to deal with new issues. And a committee is just a small collection of congresspeople or senators, and they just look at particular issues and examine bills. There might be 10 people, might be 15, maybe 20 on a particular committee. Now, after the bill has been examined by the committee votes. If the new bill passes the committee's vote, then it goes on to the floor of that house to be debated on and voted on. So then the committee reports it to the full House or the full Senate. Then everyone gets a chance to look at it, debate it, and then they vote on it. If identical versions of that bill must be approved by both houses of Congress by a 51% or greater majority. Both houses will form one conference committee made up of members of both houses, of some members, I should say, of both houses, not all the members of both houses, to get the language identical to both bills. Often, after a conference committee alters a bill, it has to go to both houses to be voted on again. So let's say the Senate approves a particular bill and the House takes up a similar bill, but it's a little off, their language is a little different. The conference committee joins together, works out the differences, and they send back this identical bill for both houses to look at. After identical versions of bills are passed by both houses, then they are sent to the president to sign into law. They are sent to the president to sign into law or veto. Now, if the president vetoes a law, Congress can override his or her veto if 2/3 of both houses vote for the override. That's a lot of people in both houses. That's remarkable. If they can't get that many people to vote their way, they may just change the law to make it signable by the president, or it might be a situation where it just doesn't become a law because the president refuses to sign it until there's a new president or new congresspeople. Then that bill basically just dies. And lots of bills die. In fact, most bills die right here in committee. They actually never get voted out of the committee to go to the full House. So you also need to know that elected officials in Congress, your Congress people, write laws and take actions in response to problems or issues. If there's a new thing happening in America, they will make laws to address that. Individuals like you, lobbyists, like we learned about before, and interest groups often help shape legislation. We've learned about that previously. We'll learn about that some more as well. The formal powers of Congress are limited by the Constitution of the United States. For example, Congress cannot make a law establishing an official religion because of the First Amendment. All right, so make sure to go over to Kia, do your online learning check, and I will see you in class. Thanks.